What did I learn from coming out? Oh wow, so much. There are things that I wish I'd have known about coming out as a lesbian. Definitely. And there are things that I would do differently if I was to relive it all over again. And actually, there are 5 lessons that I learned from coming out that I share with people. Oh, wait. You want me to talk through all of that now, right? Of course you do. What do I wish I'd have known back then about coming out as gay or as a lesbian? How about everything? Let's see. I wish I had known the language and the words to use that would describe who I am and how I was feeling. That would have been helpful. I wish I had more self-awareness and awareness of other people around me. I wish I'd have known what impact being gay would have on my life, so I could prepare a little bit better for it. I wish I had known the impact coming out would have on my family. As I said in my last video, I wish I'd have known up front what they would have to go through after I came out. And I wish I had known there were other people around me that had similar thoughts and feelings, and that I wasn't alone, you know? I felt alone for many years. I mentioned 5 lessons. You're right, I did. I have 5 lessons that I want to share with you, things that I learned from coming out. Lesson number 1, the words to use. When I was younger, I was worried about the words to use and the best way to say, I'm a lesbian, or something to that effect. I practiced in my head the words that I would use when I had to tell people, so at work, with my friends, and socially. What I've learned over the years is that the exact words you use aren't important. It's the discussion around it that is. I didn't know the language or the words to use to describe my sexuality at the time, so I used phrases like, I like girls. Simple, to the point, and it doesn't get lost in translation. Keep it simple and don't agonise over the words you use. Lesson number 2, who to tell first. I was most worried about telling my boyfriend. You see, I thought after my family, he needed to be the first person to know. In hindsight, it really doesn't matter who you tell first because you're most likely to tell everyone anyway, right? I would recommend the first person that you talk to about it is someone you trust, who you can talk openly to and feel relaxed around. Because once you've told this person, you'll be at ease and you'll feel more settled and relaxed when it comes to having the conversation with the next person. Lesson number 3, the reaction from others. So listen, one of your concerns is most likely going to be, how will things change in my relationships from this point forwards? I was anxious about telling people about my sexuality because I was unsure of how they might react. Would they disown me? Would they not want to talk to me or be friends with me anymore? Would they distance themselves from getting any closer to me? All I wanted was for them to continue loving me. That's all anyone wants, right? I learned not to presume you know how people will react. Your preconceptions and your judgments about them may be wrong. Blimey, mine were. They certainly were. Everything that I had built it up in my head to be, it wasn't like that at all in reality. My mind had kind of run away with itself and created all sorts of different stories and scenarios that were not real. And once you've had that conversation with the person about your sexuality, make sure you give them the space and the time to process it too. You've had time to process who you are. Now give those that you've come out to the space and time to process it too. And listen, they may go through a grieving phase for the you they once knew. That's pretty common. It is pretty common. Give them space to process whatever comes up for them and keep the conversation flowing with them to answer any questions they may have. We're on lesson number 4, waiting for the perfect moment. When is the perfect moment? Is there a perfect moment? I came to realise there is no right or better moment. Now is a good time. 1 hour from now is a good time. It really doesn't matter. Count to 3 and say it. Get it out there. It probably won't be as much as a shock to people as you think it'll be. We're on the last lesson, lesson number 5, the frequency of coming out. When we talk about coming out, it's like we come out only once and that's it. That's the reason why many people agonise over the right words and the best time to come out. But listen, you don't only come out once. I've come out every day for 17 years since that first instance. At work, at home, with family, friends, new people that I meet, clients, associates, utility providers, hotels, medical care professionals, you name them, I've told them. It doesn't need to take up all your headspace. Simply be yourself and say it with pride. That first time, yes, it's going to feel pretty raw and vulnerable, but rest assured, the more you do it, the easier it is. You'll even notice yourself experimenting with different wordings, levels of subtlety, and having fun as you tell people. Last thing, you want to know what I would have done differently. Okay, if I could do this all over again from the beginning, I would have told my family myself instead of my mum telling them on my behalf. I would have told my boyfriend much sooner than I did, and I would have told my friends instead of my boyfriend telling them. Sadly, that one cost me some friendships. And I would have gone all in with the girl that I kissed instead of being influenced by other people and society's expectations of me. I would have followed my heart and let it guide me. But listen, I can't change any of that. It happened, and it was as it was meant to be. The biggest lesson that stayed with me has been to follow my heart and my intuition. It's there to guide me. I know that now. And you know what? Yours is there to guide you too. The 5 lessons that I learned from coming out. I hope that was useful. If this has resonated with you at all, I'd love to hear your experiences. What are the lessons you learned from coming out that you'd like to share with other people? And do you have a question you'd like me to answer around coming out? Please send them in to me. I'm answering all your questions over the next few months in this coming out series as part of the My Queer Life journey. I'm hearing from people all over the world that are finding comfort and support from these videos that I'm sharing with you. Please help me to get this in front of your family, your friends and your colleagues. You have no idea who this might help at a critical moment in their life. To keep up to date with my latest videos, you know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Please share this with your family and friends, and don't forget to leave me a message below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.